August 5, 2019, marked a turning point in India's history. The government revoked Article 370, ending Jammu and Kashmir's special status. But what led to this decision? Why was Article 370 controversial? And what has been its impact since then? Let's dive into the full story. Hi everyone, welcome back to our channel. Today, we're breaking down the repeal of Article 370 in Jammu and Kashmir, its history, the legal process, and its consequences. Stick around till the end for the latest updates on J&K in 2024. And hey, if you enjoy informative content like this, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more deep dives into global events. To understand Article 370, we need to go back to 1947. When India gained independence, Jammu and Kashmir was a princely state ruled by Maharaja Hari Singh. Under the instrument of accession, J&K joined India but retained autonomy over internal matters like land and law. In 1949, Article 370 was added to the Indian Constitution as a temporary provision. It allowed J&K to have its own constitution and laws while limiting the Indian Parliament's powers in the region. But why was it called temporary? Because its implementation depended on recommendations from JJK's Constituent Assembly. However, when that assembly dissolved in 1957 without making changes, Article 370 remained in force. So what happened in August 2019? The Indian government took a bold step by revoking Article 370. Here's how they did it. Presidential order. The President issued an order amending Article 367 to replace Constituent Assembly with Legislative Assembly. Since Jammu and Kashmir was under President's rule at the time, the Governor gave consent on behalf of the state. Parliamentary approval. Both houses of Parliament passed a resolution abrogating Article 370 and reorganized Jammu and Kashmir into two union territories, Jammu and Kashmir, with a legislature, and Ladakh, without one. The government justified this move on three main grounds: integration with India, development in the region, and improving security by dismantling separatist networks. But not everyone welcomed this decision. Many Kashmiri Muslims viewed it as an attack on their political identity. Critics fear that removing Jammu and Kashmir's special land ownership laws could lead to non-residents settling there, potentially altering its Muslim-majority character. Human rights groups allege systematic abuses by Indian security forces, including extrajudicial killings. Over 47,000 civilian deaths were reported between 1989 and 2008, with estimates rising to 68,000 by 2020. The U.S. State Department and Amnesty International document killings under the cover of counterterrorism operations. The Red Cross documented 1,500 cases of torture between 2002 and 2004, including electric shocks and suspension from ceilings. Recent reports describe beatings with rifle butts and metal rods. Laws like the Armed Forces Special Powers Act, or AFSPA, shield security forces from prosecution, creating a climate of impunity. The 2019 repeal triggered a 150-day internet shutdown, the longest in any democracy. Mass detentions under the Public Safety Act targeted activists and journalists. With Jammu and Kashmir's separate constitution gone, many locals felt their autonomy had been stripped away without their consent. United Nations reports in 2018 and 2019 condemned India for pellet gun injuries, arbitrary arrests, and stifling dissent. Despite global scrutiny, access for independent investigators remains restricted. What about security? Has militancy declined since the repeal? The government claims violence has decreased due to stricter control over separatist activities. However, some argue resentment among locals has grown. And internationally, Pakistan condemned the move as illegal and downgraded diplomatic ties with India. The UN expressed concerns over human rights violations but didn't intervene directly. Meanwhile, China opposed Ladakh's Union Territory status due to its territorial claims. Fast forward to today, what's happening in Jammu and Kashmir? In December 2023, India's Supreme Court upheld the repeal, but directed the government to restore statehood by September 2024. Elections are expected later this year. The government highlights improved infrastructure and investment projects in J&K. But on the ground, unemployment remains high, raising questions about whether these promises are translating into reality. The Kashmir conflict remains a tangle of security, identity, and human rights. As debates rage, one truth is clear: lasting peace requires addressing both development and dignity. Drop your thoughts below. Should international bodies intervene? And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more nuanced analyses.